in front of x squared. All right, what do I divide the y's by? 16 y squared plus 10y, then your box equals 384. All right, Matthew, figure out or explain to me, how do we figure out what goes in the box? 5, half of 10 is 5, 25. All right, so what do you write over here when you got a 49 out in front but you don't have a group for the x's? Nothing, because it's really like 49 times 0. But right here, what is 16 times 25? 400, so I got a plus 400 over here. All right, you should be fine the rest of the way. We've got 784, which is a pretty big number, but I still think it works out. Finish that one, and we'll look at it. All right, so we divide everything by 784. Harley, help me out. What's 49 over 784? What'd you get on that? 16. So I got x squared over 16. All right, what goes on the bottom of the other one?
49.
So y plus 5 squared over 49 equals 1. All right, what's our center on this one? 0 and negative 5. Major axis. Remember, take the square root of 49 is 7. Double it, that's 14 for your major, 8 for your minor. I'm going to give y'all just another second to finish up number 7, and then we're going to move on and do something. The first thing I'm going to do, instead of square root of negative 5, I'm going to bring that I out. So it'll be 6 plus I root 5, negative 1 plus I. Now look, square root of 45. Let's go ahead and put that in your calculator and break it down. Tell me what it equals. Somebody type it in. Square root of 45. What's it? 3 root 5, so that'll be 3I root 5. All right, you don't have to do that first. You could actually multiply 5 times 45 and break it down later. I just think it's better to go ahead and break it down and get smaller numbers. All right, try to fold it out now. See how far you can go. 6 times 1, we should have negative 6. 6 times 3i is 18i. And just put root 5 on the end of it. Negative 1 times I is negative 1i. Put root 5 on the end of it. I times 3i, that's 3i squared, and just a 5. This 5 times 5 is root 25, which is just 5. All right, so we have to clean this up on the end. Jacob, look right here. I got 3 numbers, 3i squared and 5. What's that going to turn into? What is I squared? Negative 1, right? So what's that going to be? Good, negative 15. Everybody see how we got negative 15? 3 times 5 is 15. I squared is a negative 1, so that whole section is just negative 15. All right, add up your like terms now, and you'll be done. We got negative 6 and negative 15 is negative 21. Plus 17i in front of root 5. Check that, make sure we're good. I didn't remember getting 17i on that one. Yeah, so it's on the last sheet. All right, so that's good on 17. All right, next we're going to do 19 because 19 is very similar to 17. So why don't you up? All right, times these two. I got 35. Times these two. 7 times I is 7i in front of root 3. All right, times these two, I got negative 5i in front of root 3. Now look, negative I times I is negative I squared, and just put a 3 behind it. All right, what is this going to, these last 3 numbers right here, what's that going to turn into? That's a negative times a negative, because I squared is negative 1, so all that's just a plus 3. All right, combine your like terms. I got 35 plus 3 is 38. 7i minus 5i is positive 2i root 3. All right, next I want y'all to try 21, and another problem that's similar. 20 should be easy. All right, now hold up before you go any further. Root 3 will not simplify, know that. How about root 8? Will that simplify? Put it in your calculator. 2 root 2. So I'm going to erase this on the end, and I'm going to make it minus 2I root 2. Remember, let's go ahead and do that on the first step. Get your number smaller. All right, now try to FOIL it out. Let's see what you can do with that. Got it. 1 times negative 4 is negative 4. Minus 2I root 2. Minus 4I root 3. All right, I got I times negative 2I is negative 2I squared and a 2. Clean this up on the end. What is that going to be on the end of? I squared is negative 1, right? So you got negative 1 times negative 2, which is positive 2. So that's going to be a plus 4. All that's going to be a plus 4. So I'm going to erase it. All right, hold on. I messed up somewhere. Let's go back and look at it. All right, what'd I do? Oh, yeah. 2 times 3 is root 6. I thought that was root 2. All right, redo. All right, how about now? All right, so now when you mark this out, it's going to be what? Plus 2 root 6. Plus 2 root 6. All right, now we check for like terms. None. Root 2, root 3, root 6, there are none. So we're done. So we had a problem like this yesterday on our sheet. We got another one today, which means we're probably going to have one like this on the test tomorrow. Now, someone in first block had a question. They said, look, can I divide this number by 2, this number? Can I divide all those by 2? If it was a fraction, you could. But you can't just divide all those by 2. It's just an expression. All right, let's go to 22. I'll give you time to go back and finish the other ones, and I think the other ones you guys will be fine. I'm just showing you.
I was flying before and you made me stop.
All right, let's go to 22. All right, is 22 a FOIL method problem? No. Nope. It's got a minus sign in between the parentheses, right? So we're going to distribute this. So, yeah, somebody type in root 18 for me. All right, so that's 3 root 2 minus 8. Now look, that's a negative times a negative, which is going to be a positive. Now somebody type in root 32. Jacob says 4 root 2. All right, well, since this was not a FOIL method problem, now you just combine like terms and you got your answer. So this one should be an easy one. Okay, what happens with 8 and negative 8? Cancel. All right, 3 plus 4. How about 7 root 2?
So the root 2 you don't add up?
Nope, only the numbers in front. Now, if it was multiply, you would multiply the root 2 to get root 4.
And then go back down.
But adding, no. It's like adding like terms. It's like adding 3x and 4x, which is just 7x. Same thing.
Now can I go back 20?
All right, so I'm going to give y'all a little bit of time to finish through 22, and then we'll do some on the back. They have an equal sign, all right? So we got to do it differently. So what do I move over first to solve for 8? Good. Move it over. It becomes a negative 196. What's next? What's the square root of 196? 14, right? 14. All right, so my answer is 14i. Where'd the I come from? The negative. And don't forget, you got to put plus or minus on these two problems. When you solve and you take a square root of something, it's plus or minus. All right, so that's how you do 23. All right, go to 24. What do I move over first? Good. What's next? Somebody divide that by 5 for me. That's the answer, but divide negative 25. All right, Gabby, what's last?
You have to square root both.
So plus or minus 5i, because when you take a square root of negative 25, that's 5i. All right, we should be good on those. Brooke, I need my sheet. gotta go, you can go ahead, we'll go in a minute in the class. Alright, look at 25. Alright, what is wrong with 25? Can't have an I on the bottom, so what do I have to multiply by?
-4.
Good. Do the conjugate, which is negative 4i and negative 4i. Alright, you guys do that, let's see what you get. Alright, so on top, 1 times negative 4i is negative 4i, plus 32i squared. The bottom is negative 16i squared. Alright, so what does I squared do to that 32?
Just make it positive.
It's already positive, right?
Negative
So
32.
it'd be negative 4i minus 32. The bottom makes it a positive 16.
You can all divide by 4.
Now divided by 4. Good. So I got negative 1i minus 8 over 4.
And you're done. These are okay. You gotta start folding on.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
All right, we're good on 25. Let's go to 26. 26. What am I going to multiply both sides by? 3 minus 2i. On both sides, you are going to have to FOIL both sides. Let's give y'all a chance to do that one. Go. All right, 3 times 6 is 18, minus 12i, minus 6i, positive 4i squared, which is minus 4. 18 minus 4 is 14, minus 18i. All right, check what I've got. I folded it out. That's what I got on top. Matthew, does that look good?
Yes, on top.
Did I mess up? All right, the bottom should be easy because we get to skip the middle part because we know it's going to cancel out. 3 times 3 is 9. Minus 4i squared is plus 4. I got 13 on the bottom. That's what I got on 26. All right, I'm going to help you guys do 28 and maybe 30, and then hoping you can do 27 and 29 by yourself. Sure I will. All right, let's do, what did I say, 28 and 30? Let's do 28. Everybody start on 28. Terrible music. Can't understand a word they say. We need to get you on Coach Sharon's playlist, Taylor.
Yeah, I agree. It should have been Young Boy.
No, that's worse. All right, Hayes, look at 28. Hayes, what do I times both sides by?
8 minus I root
8 minus I root 6. 8 minus I root 6. All right, this one's a little harder. Let's give y'all a chance to get ahead of me. Go.
Well, he said that his smart word wasn't working, so.
All right, so let's do the
He said
top.
Same thing over and over.
I got 32
Yeah.
minus 4i root 6 minus 8i root 2 minus plus I squared, which is minus root 12. Somebody check your work. Is that what y'all got? 28. Now, this root 12 we can simplify. Takia, put that in your calculator. What does root 12 turn into? All right, so that's going to be 2i root 3 right here. Is it minus or plus? Minus 2i root 3. All right, the bottom should be much easier. All right, hang on, guys. I got something wrong. Look at it. What do I have wrong?
Why's there an I? Why's there an I?
Yeah, there ain't no
But that
I.
12 wasn't
two.
negative.
You're right. That's what I got. So So minus 2 root 3. Now let's check it. I didn't write my steps on this one, why can't check it. All right, the bottom we got 8 times 8 is 64. Middle cancels out. I got a negative I squared and a 6. Oh, that's going to be plus 6, so I got 7. All right, so you're done. We don't have any like terms up top, do we? I got a root 3, a root 2, and a root 6. So I just leave it like that. But this is an example where, since you have a fraction, can I divide all of these by 2 and simplify? So your final answer is going to be 16 minus 2i root 6 minus 4i root 2 minus root 3. 70 divided by 2 is 35. Check that out. All right, I'm going to work through one more with you. I'm going to do 30 with you. You understand 28, 29 should be pretty similar to 28. All right, start on 30.
This is the last one you're doing with us?
Last one I'm doing. Jada, help me on 30. Jada, what am I going to times both sides by on 30?
I root 7.
Positive I root 7.
You made the test, Friday.
Nope.
I think you ready.
Y'all ready?
Are you ready?
You make good on every test in here. Now let's pull it out. 8 times I, that gives me 8i root 7. Negative I times positive I is negative I squared and a 7. So all of that is just going to be plus 7 on the end, right? So I got 8i root 7 plus 7. Check that top, Matthew. Make sure we're good. Because I got I squared, that's a negative times a negative, so that's plus 7. All right, the bottom is negative I squared and a 7, which is just positive 7. I can't simplify that one, so I'm done. All right, so we'll give you a few minutes to finish this up. When you finish it, come hand them in right here. You need to look at my answer sheet and check something. I got my answer sheet right here for you. Turn them in.